Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are ranking the top 10 best power forwards in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. Now, before we hop into this video, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button and help me push towards the 4,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. Additionally, just want to let y'all know, as always, this list is for one, entirely my opinion, and for two, not just composed of primary power forwards. If they're a primary small forward, primary center, primary whatever, but they can play the power forward position, they are eligible to be on this list just based on the way that I like to do my personal top 10 list. So keep that in mind when I'm doing this video. And if you disagree with anything in the video, feel free to let me know about it down in the comment section down below, whether it's a player you think I rank too high, too low, didn't rank at all, that you think deserves a spot in the top 10, all those things. Just let me know about it down in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's hop right into it and start off with number 10. And at number 10, we have Lamar Odom, who I think is a great card, one of the best budget options at the small forward or power forward position, really regardless of where you want to play him in the game. Comes with a 6'10 height with 6'11 wingspan. He's got phenomenal size, 3 out of 5 hotspots, 10 hoffs, including some good finishing ones, as well as great playmaking badges like ankle breaker, hyper drive, quick chain, and quick first step, as well as chase down artists on hoff. Really solid all-around defensive stats on both the perimeter and the interior. He can get all the key shooting badges he needs, like a limitless, a blinders, a chef. Same thing with rim protector on defense, maybe ankle braces as well, potentially a dimer. I don't think dimers are crucial badges this year, but that is a badge you could give him as well if you wanted to. Pretty complete all-around card. He's a solid shooter, solid athlete, good slasher, just overall really well-rounded card. PG release, it's left-handed, but it is chicken. Little bit on the maybe slightly slower side at this point, just because it's not on quick, and Paul George's release this year isn't the fastest jumper in the world, but it's far from a slow release. Definitely a super solid release, really easy to green, and overall Lamar is just a great card who can play really any sort of role on your team, even with fundamental dribble style as well, which is the same as the Paul George dribble style. He can go create a bucket as well. Overall, just a great, super well-rounded card. May not be the greatest card at any specific thing, but he's really well-rounded, and I think number 10 is a super fair spot to put this card. At number 9, we're going with the first of the Giannis Antetokounmpos we will see on this list, which is 75th anniversary Pink Diamond Giannis. And this Giannis card, 6'11 with 7'4 wingspan. He's very similar to the Galaxy Opal Giannis, who we will get to later on in this video. Spoiler alert, that's not a surprise obviously, but the thing about this Giannis, he's a bit slower, only an 89 speed excel, 86 field ball, which is still super solid. Defensive badges across the board, he's got everything on gold except pickpocket. It can be upgraded to gold, and half pogo stick, and then a bunch of solid finishing badges. He's a really good dunker. The issue with this Giannis, and you could say it's an issue, I don't think it's a giant issue because you can give him any shooting badge because he is a 75th anniversary card, but he only has a 69 3-pointer. That being said, +4 shoot, +5 coach, that's up to a 78. Then you get badge boosts from catch and shoot, sniper, things like that, in addition to a boost off of, for example, a dimer pass, floor general, things like that. You're looking at mid-80s 3-pointer. Definitely a knockdown, makeable shot if you add the badges like limitless, sniper, catch and shoot, things like that to the card. And he's obviously an elite defender. Giannis cards always are. His release is elite. The Giannis release on quick is honestly a really good jumper, which helps him out a bunch. Movement is not elite, but he does such a good job of being an elite defensive card, an elite rim runner, elite transition guy, and a solid catch and shoot shooter that I think he still, despite the fact this card has been out for a while, deserves a spot in the top 10, even as the lesser version of Giannis. At number 8, we have Andre Kirilenko, who I think is slightly better at the 3 because of how elite of a defender he is, but even at the 4, still a great option. 6'9" with 7-foot wingspan. He's got solid size, 3 out of 5 hotspots, 10 hoffs, which are mainly defensive badges, include ball stripper, chase down artist, clamps, interceptor, intimidator, menace, pogo stick, hoff, bullet passer, and dimer as well. All 90+ on every defensive stat, and most of them are 95+. Solid slasher, solid shooter, solid speed, but he's an elite defender, elite catch and shoot guy as well. He can get the limitless spot badge and the chef badge, maybe handles for days, but he's not much of a creator. Sigs aren't great, but the thing about him is he does have 98 even on normal timing. I really think it's a good release, one of the top releases in the game still. Very easy to green. Not the best release in the game like it has been in previous years, but it still is definitely a top 5 to 10 release in the game. Definitely a super easy to green and super knockdown release. And overall, AK gives you that perfect 3-and-D guy that even at the 4 can be an elite option and does deserve a spot safely inside the top 10 at number 8. At number 7, we're going with LeBron James. I'm higher on LeBron, in all honesty, at the power forward position than I am on him at the small forward position, in terms of running him on current gen, because I feel like as a pick and pop guy at the power forward position, the fact that he steps in for 3s in the corner on current doesn't matter as much. But what I will say about Braun is he's got solid size, 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, is an elite defender, has elite athleticism, is a solid shooter, and an elite slasher. Solid all-around badges as well. Can get blinders, chef, limitless, and then already has half bullet, half dimer, half chase down, clamps, interceptor, and pogo stick, stop, pop, a bunch bunch of finishing badges like Limitless and Posterizer, as well as Fast Twitch. Just a great all-around card. If his SIGs were a bit better, because they're not great, and if he had a slightly better release, the Brawn Jumper is solid. It's easy enough to green, but the fact that he does step in on corner and sometimes even hash threes and shoot long twos is annoying, as well as the fact that a lot of his dunks are pretty fancy. He does some fancy dunks, which is kind of annoying because often those dunks get blocked this year. So that's a bit annoying that he doesn't have the greatest, safest dunks. And there's just a few, these kind of nitpicky things, but we're starting to get to the point in the year where you kind of have to nitpick at cards to figure out how to rank them effectively. But LeBron is still an elite option on both ends of the court and definitely deserves his spot at number 7. At number 6, we're going Karl Anthony Towns. And I think a big part of what makes this cat card so good is the fact that he has elite size and elite defensive badges. 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan is phenomenal size. Hotspots from everywhere, 15 Hoffs, including Hoff, Limitless, Sniper, Deadeye, Catch and Shoot, interior badge, as well as Interceptor, Intimidator, Post Lockdown, Rebound Chaser, and Rim Protector. As a perimeter defender, he is not as good as most of the guys in this list, but he's still capable. And interior wise, he's going to be elite with the Hoff badge as well as a 90 block. Has gold quick first step, elite shooting badges. Not a playmaker the way that most of the cards on this list are. Like, he doesn't have the playmaking dribble SIGs or anything like that. 85 speed, 85 excel, 82 speed with ball isn't anything crazy. And his jumper is a tiny bit on the slow side, similar to Paul George's release. Honestly, I would say it's a little bit worse than that PG release. Not a release that I am a big fan of, I will say, but he has elite size, elite defensive animations, a really good player build, and elite badges on both the shooting area as well as the defensive area. And I think those really give him that versatility, in addition to the fact that he is 6'11" with a very large player build. Really a center playing power forward, but I think he's one of the best centers or power forwards in the game. And I think putting him at number 6 is a pretty fair spot for him to go. At number 5, we have Pascal Siakam, who is my backup power forward on my God Squad right now and is totally free. Definitely an absolute beast of a card that anybody in the game can pick up just for winning 100 games in clutch time this season. 6'9" with a 7'3" wingspan, hotspots from 4 out of 5 spots, 15 Hoffs, and really well-rounded Hoffs. Hoff, catch, corner, hot zone hunter, bullet, downhill, box interceptor, post lockdown, rebound chaser, elite all-around defender. Can get any of the key badges he's missing, but he's not missing many key badges. Maybe a chef, chase down artist, pick dodger. That's about it, in all honesty. Also solid slasher, solid dunker, solid shooter, solid athlete. Just overall, really solid card. Kind of a better Lamar Odom, I feel like. Jumper is super nice. 75 is one of the smoothest and easiest to green releases in the game. Another jumper that isn't the fastest in the world, but I definitely say it is relatively, it's quick enough to be not a problem. It's not a beta jumper by any means. And he is an elite all-around defender. A guy who can even go get a bucket just a little bit with that slasher dribble style. His movement is decent. He is a decent athlete. Better at scoring than guys like Andre Kirilenko and Lamar. Maybe not Lamar, but definitely Andre Kirilenko, Giannis, an elite defender. Just he's the perfect all-around card, I feel like, at that power forward position. Everything he does at a high level. And yeah, that's deserving of a top 5 card, in my personal opinion, at this position. At number 4, we got Yi Jianlian. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I really need to figure it out because I feel bad not knowing how to pronounce his name. But he's 7 foot at the power forward position, so he's got incredible size, 7'4" wingspan, hotspots from basically everywhere, 15 Hoffs, include blinders, catch, sniper, quick first step, interceptor, intimidator, pogo stick, rebound chaser. Just overall, this card is stacked. Defensive stats are not crazy compared to a lot of the other cards on this list, but they're still solid. Solid slasher, not the fastest card in the world, 83 speed and excel, 82 speed with ball, and 93 shot 3 is elite. His shooting badges are elite, can get any of the key badges he needs, like a bailout, a clamps, a ankle braces. I wish he got ball stripper. That's a big badge that he doesn't get, but it's not the most crucial in the world. And even with only an 83 speed, his movement is still really good because it got the fundamental dribble style and the Kobe Bryant size up, as well as Hoff quick first step. A really smooth, pretty quick release. Jump shot 70 even on normal timing is definitely a solidly fast release. And overall, a guy who just has some of the best badge setup in the game. Fundamental dribble style, so he can create a bit. The Kobe size up, which is the best size up in the game, and solid enough stats. I think this card really is a great, well-rounded card who can score the ball at a high level, shoot at a high level, and defend at a good enough level with his badges that he deserves a spot in the top 4. And I think number 4 is a great spot to put him. At number 3, we're going with Kevin Durant. I ran this KD card at the 4 for a bit. I'm playing him at the 3, and I think he is better at the 3, but even at the 4, still an elite option. 6'9" with a 7'4" wingspan, which is solid size, hotspots from everywhere, 16 Hoffs, including a lot of basically every key shooting badge you could want. Hoff, quick chain, quick first step, clamps, intimidator, and menace as well. So his 5 non-playmaking badges are all great badges. Defensive stats are really, really good on the interior and the perimeter. He's a great slasher, incredible athlete, one of the fastest power forwards in the game, with a obviously insane shooting ability. Additionally, can get any badge if you want to add any badges to him, like for example a rebound chaser, enforcer, a box, a brick wall, a worm, things like that on the interior at the 4. KD release, even on normal, is absolutely chicken, solidly fast, just a great all-around release. And he has the shifty dribble style with the Pippen behind the back, the LeBron between the legs, which is the Pro 2 between the legs, and the Pro 3 behind the back, the best full court dribble 6 in the game. And just overall, I feel like this KD card gives you so much value really on both ends of the court. Offensively, I think he's the best power forward option in the game. Defensively, still a great card, not as good as some of the other guys on this list, and I think that does prevent him just a bit from being in the top 2, but this KD card is an absolute beast on both ends of the court, especially offensively, and definitely deserves to be number 3 on this list. At number 2, we got Anthony Davis. AD is my starting center currently, but I think at the power forward position, he is dang near just as good. Absolutely incredible card. 6'10 with a 7'2 wingspan. Hot shots from almost everywhere. 15 hops, which are pretty well balanced, like fast twitch, post-movement technician, catch, corner, quick first step, clamps, intimidator, pogo, post lockdown, rebound chaser, rim protector, chase down artist. He's one of the best interior defensive cards in the game. Also a really good perimeter defender. Can get any badge added to him that you would want, like a pick dodger, a ball stripper, a limitless, blinders, those types of badges he can get. Also an elite slasher, elite shooter, solid athlete. Has the slasher dribble style and the Kobe size up, so he can even score a decent a little bit with the ball in his hands if you need him to. AD release, again, on normal. I wish it was on quick, but it's another solid release, even on normal. Not the fastest in the world, but definitely fast enough and smooth enough where you're going to green basically every single time that you're open. Definitely one of the better big man releases in the game, and even at the power forward position, I think he gives you so much in terms of his size, his defensive versatility, his elite badge setup, the fact that he's got a nice jumper, good movement. Everything about this card is great, and that puts him at number 2 on this list. But then at number 1, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we're going to get to the other Giannis, the Opal Giannis, and that is my favorite power forward in the game right now, which is this beast Giannis. And I will say, this Giannis actually has more flaws on paper than maybe any other power forward on this list in terms of his stats. But, or his stats, only a 76 shot 3, but also his badges. Doesn't get limitless spot up, doesn't get blinders, doesn't get deadeye, doesn't get sniper. These are some big badges that he doesn't get. So you look at that and you might say, okay, some decent flaws with him. The thing is, Giannis is just Giannis. He's got an incredible player build, stupid length, half clamps, intimidator, menace, pogo stick, quick first step, downhill, elite finishing badges, still gets catch and corner and hot zone hunter and green machine and badges like that. One of the better jumpers in the game still, like I said, even with a 76 shot 3. You look at that, +4 shoe, +5 coach, after the floor general, dimer boost, things like that. You're looking at a 3-point shot in the 90s. He's got incredible speed now with a 94 speed in Excel, an incredible all-around defender, elite slasher. Everything about this card is insane except for his shooting ability, and even the shooting ability is at a high enough level where I still think he is a knockdown, catch and shoot guy, and that's all he needs to do on the offensive end of the court when he's open. He's knock down his wide open opportunities, and I green super consistently with his Giannis and absolutely love the card. So yeah, that's my take on this team. Or on this Giannis card. I think that despite his supposed shooting limitations, he is still the best power forward in the game, and this is my top 10 power forwards list right now. Every single one of these guys is usable in a competitive setting at a high level. Even guys like, for example, AD is my starting center, KD is my starting small forward. This is my starting 3, 4, and 5 right now in my lineup. Like, these guys can be elite at their position or at another position. Just all around elite cards on this list, and these are the types of guys that I would be looking to add to your squad, if at all possible, to upgrade your team as much as possible. So hopefully you did enjoy this video, and hopefully it did help you out. If so, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.